Well, hey guys, welcome to the channel, welcome to the video. Where we left off last time, we were gluing some wood together, putting a shifter in its location, bolting seat down, and yeah, we're trying to wrap up those three things so we can move on to the next project on the old 35. So you can see the floor in here is looking decent. This is one big chunk now. It has stuff glued from front to back on it so that you can pull it all out as one piece. This time around, we're going to take this, fit it to this side, this, fit it to this side. We'll have to build these sides for our wheel tubs, kind of get that stuff ready. I do have, this is actually the lid for the storage compartment. We got it gluing up to make it strong, and so we can get it fitted for the piano hinge there. I think we're gonna kind of get that stuff wrapped up here, and then we'll start looking at tackling glass and a shifter and those things. Well, that's kind of fun. Yeah, I gotta listen to something else while I'm doing this, and you know, you all just insert your own comments. It is to keep from eating up a seal. Yep, that's a happy cat, all right. So we're out here in the hog barn tonight, and we're going to do a little work on the old 35 Chevy by putting the drive shaft in there. You can see we got some cool looking stars and stripes motif going on here. I thought I'd just, looks different than just painting it black, right? Let's do something different. All right. As you can see, that pinion is kind of pointed up a little bit too far. So we've got to turn that down, get a opposite but equal angle as what that is, the output shaft on the trans. Loosened up these bolts on the bottom. All right, let me see if I can get my arm up under here without knocking the camera over. Grab a hold of this thing and yeah, move it down like that. We got to take well, all right, so the transmission side of it, you can see is it's like 5 degrees down, so not real far. I think the rear, when I stopped, it was 10 degrees up, so I've got to take it down about another 5 degrees, which isn't too bad, and then we'll slip this drive shaft up in here. Regardless of what was done when this thing was built, and give her a little grease up here on this seal just to kind of keep it from going in dry, cutting the seal. So yeah, that's messy enough for us, isn't it? We can wipe it off later. It'll be good. Oh no. Yep. There we go. All right. Yay! Stab that. Well, let's see if this in. Oh, good. It's not in park. Okay. Can I do that like that, guys? I'll be able to get away. Oh, yeah, I can. Woo. Man, them guys that drive shaft specialists. They nailed that dude. Perfect length. Yeah. Just off of old Hillbilly's measurements. And yeah, that thing is like, feels pretty nice. I think we got us a winner. Got her at 0. We just need just a hair more down. Come on, baby. Well, I tell you, a digital gauge might be just a little better. I got it down a little bit. Come on. Oh, stop.
Got an idea for a project. It's going to require a cheap car with a manual transmission. This thing was free, which is pretty cheap. And I think it still meets the minimum.
All right, so we're gonna try to put some glass in. I've got my nice suction cup here from the Harbor Freight. Got my back glass, since it's the smallest piece, I figure that's what I'll start with. And we've just taken some glass cleaner and cleaned everything up on all these flanges and cleaned the glass really good. And I think it's important at this time not to be touching it with your fingers where you're going to put the urethane in at. We're just going to get our tube out and we're going to run us a nice bead around here and then set the glass in it. I've already pre-fit, and I can stick probably a paint stir stick under the bottom to hold it in there. But then we've got to figure out a way to press this up against here so the glass can't fall out once it's in. If you're going to attempt doing this stuff on your own, I can promise you it's going to be messy. Put some gloves on, because this urethane, the window urethane we're going to use, once you get it on you, it's like pour 15. You've just about got to wear this stuff off. So make sure, put some gloves on, protect anything you care about, because if this gets on it, it's not coming off easy. And we are going to have to do a bunch of cleanup. I already know that. I just want to put a piece of glass in and see what it looks like here. So I'm going to start, just in a spot, right? Start in a spot. We're going to do the bottom. Start in the bottom, start squeezing that stuff out. And if you're going to do this, make sure you got a good caulking gun too. Because this stuff, it's thick. I just try to put a good amount all the way up around here. I'm building a bead. All right, so you can see, nice little bead all the way around. Now it's time to set the glass. My little wood spacers down there, because I know I'm going to need them. I'm just going to gently set that glass in there. Try to get it kind of centered up. Gushy mama. All right, this is the best part about doing this, is like you get a little bit of stuff squeezing out, And it always seems to me like, man, with this window urethane, when this stuff starts coming out of here, you end up, there's no way you can keep from making a big mess with it. It's just black, nasty little stuff. So we just embrace it, start cutting it off, and we'll start cleaning it up here. We got to get it where it's even all the way around this thing. It's kind of the hard part. And then it starts really just going nuts on you. All up and under there too, buddy. It's all kind of fun. You just gotta stay with it, dude. This crap. Oh, it's so messy. Yeah. Well, all right, guys. Last night you saw we put this glass in, and you can see the inside here kind of. It's yeah, the urethane is smashed in tight. We got a good seal, so everything's great there. I can grab this, and we can't pull it off or pull the glass loose. Everything is set up solid. Wow, so that's cool. Yeah. Harbor Freight, let go. Come on now. Come on, give it back. There we go. All right, and then got this in here. I have my part that's going to be the flip up for the compartment. All the glue's set up there, so I'm going to unclamp it, take the other piece out of the floor section, and yeah, I'm going to start trying to figure out how to cut everything straight and square enough to be able to put the piano hinge in it and get that where it flips up and down. And then while we have that floor out, I'll throw a little pad in there so that we can do our quarter window installation in here. Kind of try to get this back part of this car finale'd up a little bit more. So you watched the struggle on the back glass getting everything cleaned up after we put the glass in there. And I knew that there was going to be a mess. I just didn't know how bad it would be to clean up. And I thought, hey, let's try it on the smallest piece. Well, now we're on the sides. I got some 2-inch tape. And what I'm doing is I'm taping right up to the corner of the paint all the way around. And then we'll come back and we'll put our glue or urethane on the inside of the flange here. We'll set our glass in and we'll push it in there. And then we'll be able to go around and wipe that out, clean it off the glass, leave it on the tape, and then peel the tape. And we should be able to get most of that urethane off without having to do the pick and dig and all that like we did last night. So, yep, I'm just going to keep putting tape down, and we'll get our glass put in there for sure. Oh! All right, just like I said, next thing, just fit the piece of glass. Make sure we're good. See, that's what I figured. Gonna have to pull this interior panel out of here to be able to get our glass in, I do believe. I think, yeah, maybe. At least test fit it in here. Whew. Well, it don't fit bad at all, dude. Just kind of raise it up. 3/8 or so. Glass is clean. In here, same deal. Just some simple aerosol glass cleaner. I don't know if that's right or not. That's what I've always seen all the glass guys do, right? They clean it up good, and then they go to slapping stuff on. And yeah, I probably went out and, I don't know, got a drink or something while they were doing what they were doing. Probably should have stuck around and watched a little closer so I'd have a clue of what I'm doing right now. Just kind of, I know there's tubes of this stuff and it's pretty stout, and we just put it on there with it and it ought to work. All right, so we got our caulking gun full of our good stuff here, and I'm just gonna do just like I did on that back window. I'm gonna squeeze out a good sized bead. Ta-da! There you go. Now let's see what we can do. All right, now remind me how we got that in there last time, fellas. I know it was kind of a trick, wasn't it? Had to hold your mouth just right. Oh, and now I got that wood under there spacing it up. Okay. And we just barely missed that side. Oh, are we too tall? Man, this sucker is like just barely too tall on these wood blocks right here. Oh man, I got her jammed in there too, bud. Oh crap. Okay. So now let's come down. That's looking pretty good. Now this side could go up. Okay. That helped. That old urethane is so thick. Delicious stuff, buddy. And you can kind of look on the inside and see where you're doing really good and where you're not when you're putting this glass in. It just kind of amazes me that the urethane's thick enough that glass ain't gonna move. It's there. I mean, it is kind of chilly in my shop, so I guess if it was on a hot day, it might move around on you, but it's not doing it today, not out here. Here we are on the outside. It's really, really messy. I just got through scraping and cleaning and trying to get the big bulk off on the glass side of this. I'm hoping when we pull the tape, it's going to clean the paint right up to the edge, but I think we need to do a little wiping and get that glass just a little bit cleaner, if we can. If we can't, that's just tough, I guess. I'm using panel wipe, kind of a wax and grease remover kind of stuff here. I don't know if that's right or not. It seems like it works pretty good, but I'm gonna run out before I'm done putting all this glass in this car, unfortunately. You can see it's black and it's nasty. Well, all right, here you go. Got side glass, back glass, and yep, you guessed it. You watched me put this one in. They're all in there, cleaned up, everything's dry, and windshield's next, but I'm gonna get another tube of urethane. I think I have enough, but man, that would suck to run out. You can see back here, there's no wood floor in place back there because we got it over here. Let's check out what we're doing over here. All right, so see what I've done is we got my floor here. I squared everything up, cut this off square. This piece amazingly enough, I put it together and everything was square and flush, and I didn't have to do any weirdness there. Now I've pre-drilled all these little holes in here with I don't know what small size drill bit, little bitty. And now I'm just going back and I'm putting the rest of the screws in it, and I'll flip it down for you when we get a few of these in there. Look at it and see what we got going. I hate doing little slow going things like this and videoing it. I don't mind doing it, of course. We've done a ton of it, but I like to keep the video moving for you guys. I watch all kinds of channels and they show every screw, every little bit of sanding, everything they do, and they've got a lot of subscribers, so what are they doing different? Are they just more interesting, better looking, faster talking than I am? I don't know. Here we go. So got that, and I mean, you guys can see I just glued up a bunch of like 1x2, 1x something stock that I had. There's no fasteners in any of this. It's just construction adhesive. And then when this thing comes down, she lands out here, and it's pretty stout, so I'm not scared of it. The lines, they almost line up, okay? Really, really close to being a good fit here. I think it's going to work out great for us. I had to work on getting the height the same from one side to the other of this, but it took like less than 5 minutes, and only had to undo and redo screws a few times. So you can imagine this sits in the back of the car. This is my storage compartment up there that'll be hinged where you can pull it up. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to finish this edge out, and then the side I'm gonna have to cut the little rib off of it that connects with the other piece of trim. We're gonna have to notch out that hinge right there, and maybe I can do a full piece down the side and just have it missing that lip so this will still open. Trying to think of how to make the best looking gaps and stuff on it. You know, it's a little bit of progress. Yeah. So this video, we got what, shifter? No, that was last video. Ah, dang. We put the glass in the car, that's what it was, and glued this little short piece up, screwed it down, got it in there tight. Oh yeah, we started out, we did the drive shaft for the car. Yeah, red, white, and blue there. So next video, this stuff's gonna be hopefully going in, and we get that shifter all hooked up so that we can back the car out of the shop under its own power for the first time ever that I know. So give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, guys. Come on, it's free, and it really helps if you leave a comment, hit the old notifications, give her the thumbs up. We'll catch you guys on the next video. Have a wonderful evening.